Hi everyone, it is Miss Balserac. I hope you're having a wonderful day. We're going to go over in this quick video tutorial about how to log into Nearpod and how to complete your Nearpod assignment for the day. So if you click on the second slide, you're going to see to click on the following link to complete the Nearpod assignment, and that's exactly what we're going to go ahead and do. When you click on that, it opens up a new browser tab for you, and then it's going to bring you to the Nearpod login page. Now, hoping that everything works as it should, you should just be able to go ahead and click login with Google and go ahead and put your Smyrna Eagles account in here. If that does not work for you and you cannot get in for some reason, please email me as soon as possible so we can figure it out and get you logged into the presentation. Once you do log in, if it asks you a code for any reason, it shouldn't, but in case it does, the code is located back on the Google slide right here. You'll type in ROKMN, and it does need to be in all capital letters. So in case that happens, it's right here, but it shouldn't. So I'm going to go ahead and log in with Google. I'll choose my Smyrna Eagles account. And then it's going to bring me into my assignment. So this is our Nearpod assignment. You can move back and forth by pressing both of these buttons on either side. Before we get into reading Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief, we're going to start to talk about and think about some things within Greek mythology. We're going to talk about some different myths in Greek mythology and all the different heroes and all the gods, and it's very interesting. So this is just something to get us started thinking about that topic. This is just a small thing here about Newsella. What's really nice about Nearpod is that all your Newsella assignments or articles can be linked right into this one presentation. So as you guys are going through this assignment, I want you to start thinking about who were ancient Greeks. Okay, start to think about what did they believe in? Maybe what was their religion like? What were the gods like? How did the gods view themselves against people? Things like that. Because this is going to be a topic that we're going to talk about a lot when we get into Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief. Another quick thing about Newsella. And then on the next page, you're going to see a pop-up window that takes you directly to newsella.com. Now, this part is really important to log into because you're going to need it later on in the presentation. So I'm going to go ahead and log in with my Google again, my Smyrna Eagles account. And once you see the Newsella homepage on your screen, that means that you're logged in. You're not going to see an article automatically popped up or anything that's assigned to you. But once you're logged in and you see the Newsella homepage like this, all you need to do is know that you're logged in, and you can click on out and go on to the next slide. So we're going to go ahead and take a minute to make some educated guesses and use our inferencing skills to guess about an ancient Greek temple. So go ahead and read these questions here. Start to think about who this Greek temple was maybe for, which god it might have belonged to, why they made it, maybe what they worshipped there, maybe some things that you noticed about the picture as well. So take a good bit to look at this. And then on the next slide, you're going to see a collaboration board. This is very similar to the Jamboard that we used Tuesday morning. And what you're going to do is anything that you maybe thought or you're guessing about the picture, or maybe even questions you have about the picture in the Greek temple, you're going to go ahead and type it here. And then you're going to go ahead and post. Please make sure that whatever you're posting is school appropriate because I will be able to see it, and your classmates are going to be able to see it as well. So what's really cool about this is that you're going to be able to collaborate with your other classmates on here. You can see what their guesses were and anything else that they might have thought about the Greek temple. So I'm going to go ahead and pause my screen because on the next page, it gives you information about the Greek temple and who it belonged to. Okay, so once you learn a little bit more about the Greek temple, you're going to play a fun matching vocabulary game. This is not vocabulary that you need to know and have completely memorized in your head, but you need to know some of the words as we dive into Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief. So on the next slide, You're going to go ahead and see these slides on the left-hand side. So your first vocab word is a myth. What is a myth? And that's going to come up a lot. Go ahead and review what a myth is, which is a traditional story that explains behavior or an event, often using supernatural people or beasts. So what you'll do is you'll go through all of these words and their definitions just to get yourself familiar with them. And then on the next slide, this is really fun. You get to play a matching game. So you're going to match each vocabulary word with its definition. So what you'll do is I'll say myth. Okay, which one went to myth? Oh no, I didn't get it right. So you'll play the entire game until you have everything correct, and then you'll be able to go on to the next slide. Now, this is when our News Ella article comes into play. On the next slide, you're going to read a News Ella article about the gods of ancient Greece, okay? So before you're reading the article, make sure your appropriate lexile level is attached. So that was the thing that you got in the top right corner that made the amount of words you were reading or the difficulty of the words fit your reading style. And then when I click the next page, since I already logged into Newsella a long time ago earlier in the slide, what pops up for me is the exact article that I need to read. So this will be the article that you need to read. So max is the highest reading level that I could read on. I could read on the highest reading level, but it's the beginning of the school. Oh my goodness, I'm getting tongue tied. It's the beginning of the school year, so I want to go ahead and give myself a little break, and I'm going to move it down a bit so it's a little bit easier for me to read. So use this button here to go ahead and change the lexile of your reading. Read the article. You do not need to do the activities, just read the article. And then when you're done, click out of it and go on to the next slide. And now you have an open-ended question that you're going to need to read. We have 3 questions for you. We have a mild, which is kind of on the easier side, a medium question, and a spicy question. So depending on how much you want to challenge yourself, go ahead and pick which question, and you're going to type it into the box. Your classmates will not be able to see your response here, just me, so don't worry about it. And when you're done, go ahead and submit, and then click into the next page. So this is the thing. If you do not type anything or do not submit anything, it's not going to let you go on to the next slide. So because I didn't write anything here or submit anything, I couldn't keep going. So since I submitted it, now I can go on to the next slide. Next, you're going to watch a short video on Pandora's box, which is one Greek myth. Watch the video. And then this part's cool. You're going to draw the part of the myth when Pandora opens the box and releases all of these terrible things. And then you're going to write a sentence to explain your illustration. So you're going to click on this draw button down here. Why doesn't it want to work? And I'm going to go ahead and draw my picture. And then to write my sentence, I will click here. Obviously not doing a full sentence. That'll be for you guys. And then once you're done, go ahead and click submit. And the same thing will happen if I do not put anything in this box and I try to go on to the next page, it's not going to work. All right, and you are almost there. You have almost completed your first assignment. This tells you a little bit about Pandora's box and what the myth was about. And then finally, to end off, you're going to take a quick poll. So this is our very first Nearpod assignment. I want to see how you guys liked using Nearpod, using the interactive slides and things like that. So you're just going to pick which one fits best to you. Did you think the Nearpod was difficult, but it was kind of fun for you to do? Did you not like this at all? Did you like using the Nearpod? You liked it so much that you loved it, or you're still not sure how you feel about using this technology source for virtual learning? And when you're done, you're going to make sure that you go down and click submit. Oh, it won't let me go because I didn't click anything. All right. And submit, and that is all that you have to do for your Nearpod assignment. This is not timed. It is at your own pace. So if you want to start it and come back to it, that is completely up to you. I know there is a bit in there, but go ahead and make sure you get this completed. And when you're submitted and this pops up, I will get your responses as well. If you have any questions about the Nearpod at all, please give me an email at the Smyrna Eagles Gmail email. Gmail email. All right. You guys have a great rest of your day, and I hope you have fun with our Nearpod.